goodness.
What?
Time out. I took a sip of wine.
Wait.
I had to.
Why do you need a time out for that?
Well, I don't know, because I felt like I had to, like, take a pause from, like, the intro that I was about to do.
I will always wait for you to drink.
I know you love it. You're such a pusher.
You're hilarious when you drink. It's so great.
Oh, my God. And it only takes me, like, 2 glasses.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, what happened? I've realized on quarantine, Red and I were talking about this. I have no more tolerance for alcohol anymore.
That's the best.
When we hung out at your house.
Yeah.
Oh.
Were you wasted?
Whoa.
Are you serious?
Hung over. Suze, I don't even want to tell you.
Oh, my God. First of all, it's episode 437, and you have to tell me everything. I didn't know that.
I shouldn't have. This is the funny thing is I was like, I'm not even going to tell Susie that I was like, got super drunk. And then not only do I tell you, but I tell you
First
when
thing.
we press record.
Tell me what happened.
No, we were sitting in the sun all day. And I haven't been out in the sun. It's like I'm a mole person.
Okay, that makes sense. I get what you're saying.
So the sun plus, like, not enough water.
Sarah came over for 4th of July, although we just called it Juneteenth Part 2. And we were across the yard from each other and stayed apart. We tried to be very responsible. But I did not observe any kind of drunken behavior at all.
It's more like, it's not even like I get rowdy or out of control. It's just that the alcohol makes me sick.
Did you barf?
Well,
a little bit.
I didn't not barf.
When did you throw
But
up?
like delicately and like a lady.
Where? At home?
Yeah.
Not at my house.
No, definitely not. Oh my God, no, I would never. It was like afterwards, like it all hit, I got home and I was like, oh. You know what? And you know what did me in? The s'mores. The s'mores were
because of the
they took
sugar
me down.
made you sick?
I think so.
Yeah, okay.
And here I was eating cheese all day long.
Jeez.
I was like, give me more of that.
That's true. We did.
Brie.
We went heavy on the cheese.
This is the thing. Red and I were laughing about this because I got 2 things happened. I was hungover and I was sunburned.
Yeah.
And both of those things are
it's a bad combo.
I should have known. Like, you can blame nobody but myself. I can blame nobody but me.
Didn't
like,
you
it's
use
not,
sunscreen?
There's nobody. It's like, well, yes, but I told you I'm like a mole person. My whole body is like raw. Like, it needs like a layer, to just like for real. And so I went out in the sun for like 2.5 seconds and,
God.
just like a little bit. But like, now it's like a nice, like,
Now
it's
you
a nice
got a
peel.
base tan. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. But, whatevs. Because, like...
Yeah. I mean, it has to be done.
It was so much fun.
It's tradition.
Yeah.
It was a fun
Right.
day.
It was really fun.
It was a nice, even though we were social distancing, it felt sort of normal.
Yeah.
And that was probably good for the soul. The alcohol, I guess, was bad for your tummy, though. I'm so sorry. Did you see, right before I came on the phone with you, I reposted something on our Instagram that someone had sent of me and you on the challenge?
Oh, no, I do not see.
And I don't even remember this moment, but it must have been right at the end, right before the final. And I said something like, I don't even like that, like anything that I do could something like negatively affect you, basically, because we were on opposing teams. And it just made me think about our relationship and how, well, because we really had an accelerated bonding on that show.
Boy, did we.
I mean, before it was even said and done, we were just committed to each other as life partners.
That is so true. Because here, I felt so alone. Like, coming off of the real world, you already feel alone.
Yeah.
And then I met the other girls, and, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with, I don't know. Like, I just feel like you and I fall into like a nerdy category.
Yeah.
It's a different category. Like,
yeah.
we're not, I mean, well, you know, you're super hot, but people would say we're not hot, we're cute, that kind of thing.
Yeah, we're girl next door.
You know, whatever
types.
you want to call that. We're girl next door types. So I felt so alone because I did not see anybody who felt like they were, you know.
Yeah, the other gals,
different.
a lot of them had more of like a bombshell situation going on.
Yes.
And so maybe, we bonded because we were outsiders in that regard.
And even just like, you know, what you and I talked about, like, I was like, oh my God.
You mean like incomplete
There's somebody
sentences?
who likes to, yes. And when we did the New York Times Sunday crossword puzzle together,
Yeah.
woo! I'll never forget that the very first item sold on eBay is a broken kazoo.
Yeah, we were, learning is fun, demental.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, we were
And
still
so,
learning.
so I felt like you understood the experience of being on TV. You understood, I don't know, just like, I just felt
Dysfunctional families.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. And I was going through a breakup, and you were going through, like, I think a divorce.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was like instant.
It really was. We're so lucky.
Fell in love, man.
Yeah, because you're lucky if on those shows you find someone that just like sort of makes you chuckle or, you know, doesn't mess up your suitcase or something. You know, just like very basic, just leaves you alone. So to find, you know, soul sister, as I did.
And I felt like I could be authentic with you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is going to make me emotional. What
Thank
are you doing?
God. Drink that wine. Let it out.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
No, it is a really lucky thing. And I know that about us, but it's been so long now that I just kind of take it for granted. So to see the early stages, and that's another thing is we complain about the show sometimes, but to have a record of a relationship is pretty cool and something that is a treasure.
God, it's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you're like my family. So,
Well, for
oh my
sure.
God, now I am going to cry. Because I was thinking about that. Ren and I were talking about that when we were leaving on 4th of July. We were
I
like,
know. Is he traumatized? Was he like, whoa?
No, the opposite.
Oh, good.
Oh my God, I'm so high pitched. I had to like turn my volume down. Woo. Yeah,
good,
no, the
'cause I love
opposite of
him.
that. No, exactly. We're like, this is our family.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
And I do feel like after, because we're currently on our Patreon, we're watching the current challenge, but a lot of people have asked for us to watch the ruins and give commentary on that season. So that should be, because these are clips I've forgotten about and I haven't watched in 10 years.
It's so funny. Oh my
So
God.
that would be fun.
I'm mortified.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like looking back, like, you think you know, like, I thought I knew it all.
Right.
But, like, then you like, the older they get, you realize, like, I don't know anything.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we did fairly well. It could definitely be worse. And like the
Yeah.
silly
Oh
stuff
my
that
gosh,
you say, it just
yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We could
I just
have a
remember
laugh.
taking everything so personal. And I would have looked back in time and I would have been like, little Sarah, you don't need to cry about that.
Like, what would
And
be
then
an
I would have been
example? Like if someone voted for you or something?
No, I was like fine with that. It was more them laughing at like me. Like,
Oh, well, that
making
is
fun
personal,
of, like-
though.
Yeah, but like, that's their shit. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care. Say, I don't know.
Oh,
say
you
whatever
let it
the fuck you
affect
want.
you. Like if someone
Yes,
didn't think,
yes, yes.
okay, yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, that is their shit. And the more that I see it in myself, the more I realize, like when someone writes a comment under your picture or something, that is truly just their issue.
Yeah.
It's hard to
Yeah.
see that, though.
It's so silly. But you know what I say in my head all the time?
What?
I'm rubber, you're glue.
You don't.
I do.
Is
'Cause
that
I- like,
effective for you?
Yes, it is.
That's
In a
great.
silly way. Because I'm like, who takes the time? What on earth am I doing? Like, if I'm doing something in my life that affects somebody else so much that they have to say something mean or think something negative about the other person, it says more about what they're thinking
Yeah,
about
it does.
themselves than it does about me. So I'm rubber, you're glue, dude. What ifs?
I love
pretty
that it's a
easy.
man in your mind.
Well, for me, dude is like girl or guy. I say that to everybody.
Okay.
I'm pretty much, that's like how I start a sentence. Because with you, I just started with Suze. Because it sounds like dude.
It does.
So
yeah, it's
it works.
interchangeable.
Yeah.
Well, what is not interchangeable is our favorite bra, which is Third Love. Like, you can't just use any old bra anymore. We're spoiled.
No, definitely not. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because these are the ultimate. They have so many sizes. I think over 80 bra sizes now, including like half sizes. And they have a perfect fit promise. So if you don't love it within 60 days, you can just return it for free, no problem. I wanted to give a recommendation that you should try, or anyone should try, the strapless one that they have. Because you know how those are the worst?
Suze, I have been looking for a good strapless. That is exactly what I'm going to try.
Yes.
I am so excited about this. Because there are a lot of shirts I don't even wear because I have not found, because I have, teeny tiny titties.
Yeah,
so
that's the
they
answer.
have the perfect ones for me. And you know what else I love? The no spillover thing, because I didn't know that as you get older,
things change.
Gravity does stuff. And,
Yeah, the straps won't slip. They have tagless labels.
And then no bulge on the back.
No
I'm
bulge.
Touching it right
Ooh,
now.
I hate that when I see that.
Like the smooth. Yes. So there you go. I love that.
Yeah, we're loving it.
It's
time to get a strapless bra for all those summer shirts that have weird necklines and all that. And Third Love knows there's a perfect bra for everyone. So right now they're offering our listeners 15% off your first order. Just go to thirdlove.com/brain now just to find your perfect fitting bra and get 15% off your first purchase. Mm-hmm. Tell them Susie sent you.
Yes.
Okay. So I wanted to, you have to watch that afterwards. Watch that clip after we record.
It's like a whole clip?
Yeah, well, it's just real quick, but it's so cute just to see us. And I don't know why. When I look at you, I don't even think it's the hair. There's something about you back then that just feels like a different person almost. And I just think, oh my gosh, like that's the same person that I'm with all the time.
Oh my God.
I can't explain it.
I was
it's weird.
Young and naive, and now I'm jaded.
No, yeah, I've rubbed up on you. No. I love
weathered by life. Just
you've become cynical and bitter.
Cynical? No, I'm the opposite. Please.
No, believe me, I know it's annoying. Yeah. I wish you were cynical and bitter. Okay, so then since we're on the reality TV subject, I wanted to ask if you saw. We were tagged in an article by the Ashley. The headline was that some reality TV shows are now offering bonuses to their cast members for good behavior and for not posting anything inappropriate on social media.
Sus.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know.
I wish.
We were ahead of our time.
I would be
rich.
So rich. Do you let me go down now that I have the mic, let me go down the list.
Yes.
I literally just adjusted it. So if there were video, imagine that in your head. It would look really serious, how I feel right now.
She's getting down to business.
So I used to wake up in the morning before everybody else.
Yes.
And and now I understand that I really just needed to control the environment that I was in.
Yeah.
Because they were controlling everything else. And the way for me to do that is to clean like a crazy person.
Yeah.
And so I went around with trash bags and cleaned every single thing up because I couldn't enjoy my coffee until the house was clean. Yeah. I mean, the same is still true today. But
right, but there's just not as
nothing's
much
changed,
to do. Right?
But yes. And so, people got used to it. Then I started trading things. I would trade my iPod or use of a treadmill with the iPod, for cleaning. How about this? I'll use my iPod while I clean.
Yeah, the producers take, back then we had iPods.
I would have been rich.
The producers would take our iPods and Sarah would say, I'll wash all these dishes. And we're talking about dishes for 30 people.
Yes.
I'll wash everything in the kitchen if you give me my iPod while I do it. That's how desperate we were.
Yep. And they took that every single time. And the truth is, I would have done it for free. But
suckers.
Suckers. But no, and we were so good. Like, I was always on time. They always put me first for interviews because they knew I was always going to be up. And maybe it's like my fear of authority figures and not wanting to get in trouble or like people pleasing. There's a whole bunch of stuff into it. But also, it's fucking respect. Like, everybody else is disrespectful. The bar is low.
Yeah,
I just showed up as a human. Like, they set a time. That was the bar. Show up on time. Mm-hmm. That's like the bar, like everywhere in the world, and now you're going to get rewarded for it. It's like that people should be punished for not doing that. Well, that's insane. No, actually, I take that back. Give me the money.
I mean, okay, just to play devil's advocate, because I was with you. They always put me first in the interviews, and they, you know,
of course,
I was never a problem.
We're the same because we're respectful like that.
But I wonder. Like, some of the blame belongs with producers, because if you create a show that is supposed to be a documentary where you're just observing people's behavior and not getting involved and you want drama, you can't be mad when people sort of don't want to get up at a certain time just because you told them to or whatever, because that's the thing. They wanted all the bad behavior and naughtiness unless it affected their production schedule.
Yeah, that is true.
But, I mean, for real, get out of bed. But they're apparently giving these bonuses because of the quote-unquote, you know, all the cancellations and firings they've done.
Oh, my God. But here oh, my God. That's
like
so silly.
MTV.
But here's the thing.
Go ahead.
I read a couple of those articles, and I couldn't find any solid examples or solid evidence that these bonuses were happening.
Really? You think it's like mythology?
Yes, because when it like hinted at it, but it said nothing has been confirmed, and the what's it called? Contracts haven't gone out yet.
Right. Yeah,
So
maybe it's just something they're talking about doing.
And I was like,
right, because they apparently hired that private investigator to do a deep dive on everyone's social. Jeez. And I suppose it's kind of gross, though, because they're saying, like, we can't afford to get rid of you, so we're just going to incentivize your good behavior instead.
Which is basically, like, I mean, silencing. I mean, not like they should be saying these things, but I'm just saying it's like a slippery slope of saying what they can and can't talk about.
Well, they're in
I guess it's a way to avoid that.
They have a real pickle on their hands, because how are you going to get compelling, little bit controversial cast members who then have always been woke or more anti-racist or whatever?
Yeah.
It's just not realistic.
No, it's definitely not. Oh, my God.
It's just like a slippery slope.
That doesn't work. Mm-hmm. And, oh, my God.
Like, can you imagine? Well, I guess let's say you're thinking about Honey Boo Boo and the Honey Boo Boo family. I can see why you'd want to do, like, incentives, because otherwise they're going to tweet something offensive. But that's why you hired them, because they're...
Yeah, that's the like...
But it's a money thing.
Oh, my God. Dang.
Does it upset you?
Well, because I don't know what to do.
What do you mean?
Well, and the good thing is it's not, like, my job to figure out what to do. Like, I just don't know what the right answer is. You're wondering, like,
what's the answer? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that they're hoping, like, the powers that be are just hoping that this will sort of blow over? And that people will not be so worried about it?
I think that they're going to make I think that they're going to make temporary adjustments, like maybe add some new cast members that you know, I don't know, scratch the itch for people.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just kind of like I don't know, a good, what is the word I'm looking for? Like a show of faith or something like that. There's like some word,
good
like
faith.
But it's not really. They were just like, oh, we're going to do this for a bit, and then I bet after a little while it goes back to, you know.
Yeah,
how things used to be.
What a strange industry where you want people that behave badly, but not in certain ways.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's I have no idea, because how are they going to get a lot of drama? Because that's like people who
because drama comes from misogyny, racism,
yes,
classism,
right? Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And as soon as you have understanding and compassion, out the window go all that stuff, because I have one conversation with people and they're like, "Oh, you're right." And I mean, I can't. It's like they just have to change the format or accept what it is, that this is essentially like when I was little. Oh my God, now I'm going into a rant. When I was little, my mom used to tell me that there were signs of the downfall of a civilization, and one of them was the glorification of violence, and that you see it in the Roman Empire, you see it with like the gladiators, you see it like in the arenas when they were like fighting the lions and everything. And she used to say that about the WWE, or WWF or whatever it's called. And she was like warning us. And I feel like the same thing is like what you see on reality television.
Right.
It's like basic. It's like playing to the lowest common denominator.
Well, and we've had this conversation about how, on the shows, I think every show I've ever been on, there's been some kind of physical violence. And that when we go out with cast members just socially, when we're not being filmed, there's never been a fist fight of any kind. Right. And I don't think it's because of the circumstances are different. I think it's because they know that that's good TV and that's what you're supposed to do.
They're on a stage.
Yeah.
So, in their mind, when those cameras are there, that camera equals an audience of 5 million. Mm-hmm. They're putting on a show.
Right.
And then we're like, stop putting on a show.
Right. Yeah. You can put on a show, but don't say the following things.
Make it Mr. Rogers. Mm-hmm. But then also make it compelling. What?
But that's why I feel like they blew it by changing the way they produced the shows to begin with. Because they always had drama, but it also was playful and silly and whimsical. Yeah.
Right.
There was more whimsy.
Was like, you pranked me. Who put cereal in my bed? Ha ha.
Well, I
not
mean,
like who did the hate crime.
Right. What's this noose doing here?
Yeah, I mean, for goodness sakes.
Yeah, so it's kind of a mess, and I think they don't know what to do with the mess that they created. But if you feel like your body's a mess because of all the crappy food you're eating, I recommend Ritual vitamins to make up for your bad behavior in the kitchen. Because everybody needs to make sure they're getting all the delicious, yummy vitamins, vitamin D, omega-3s, all that stuff, because sometimes we don't get it in our diets.
Oh, my gosh. Vitamin D, I need that really bad. Clearly, look how sunburned I got.
Oh, poor Sarah.
Well, give me those vitamins.
As you guys know, I love Ritual because they don't smell bad, they don't taste bad, they taste like mint, and they don't make you sick. They don't give you that weird feeling after you ate them like, uh-oh, things are coming back up. It's gentle on the stomach, and you can even take them on an empty stomach, which is awesome. Daily changes can lead to big results, so start small today. Ritual's offering our listeners 10% off your first 3 months. Try it out. Satisfaction guaranteed. Go to ritual.com/braincandy to start your Ritual today. That's 10% off during your first 3 months at ritual.com/braincandy.
Yes. I love, every time you say that Ritual, I always like salivate and think about peppermint.
Oh my gosh, it's Pavlovian now.
It totally is. That's how it works.
Okay. Did you see the poll I put up on Instagram about the foot fetish thing?
Oh, no, I did not.
because we were tagged. You did see the thread on Twitter. Somebody tagged me in some sort of foot fetish tweet thing.
Yeah, that then was removed by the time I saw it.
Yeah, because I delete all my replies just because it crowds my...
Oh, it was yours.
Yeah, it was mine.
Oh.
Because then I was like, wait a minute, is foot fetish just something men have? Because I don't know any women that have this fetish.
Right.
And then I was really curious because why would that be? And then the person said, well, this sounds like something Sarah would have a very strong opinion about. And I said, yeah, and she would know nothing, but she would still like take a very hard position.
Right?
Okay, so do you know any women with a foot fetish?
Well, I think first we have to define what foot fetish is.
Okay.
Like, is it just getting, like, is it enjoyment from doing things to feet or having your stuff done to
really
your
either. Feet? But it tends to have, you fixate on the foot and you see it almost like as a sexual organ. Like cleavage or, something like that where you're like, yeah, show me your feet, baby.
I mean, I don't, like, I can understand, it's not for me, like, with the feet thing. Like, I don't get like that around feet. But I do, like, like somebody touching my feet, playing with my feet.
That doesn't count.
Yeah. Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're right. No, you can enjoy having your foot rubbed and, like, you can get wound up about it. But, like, I'm talking about the people that, like, want to see feet on Instagram and, like, really have a type of foot that they like.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I believe maybe women can.
Yeah, but have you ever known anyone?
No, I have not.
Right. So why would that be? And that was what the results of our poll was. I think it was 95 to 5%.
95 to 5. Well, we got to ask that 5%.
No, I think we need to ask, like, why it would be mostly men.
Is it the cleavage thing? Because now that you say that, there's a little bit, because it kind of does look like that.
Yeah. When I knew a guy that had a foot fetish, and his wife said he thought of it as like a bunch of little vaginas. And I thought, okay. But then under that same logic, you could think of it as a bunch of little penises.
Yeah, but no, because they don't seem like...
They don't seem like vaginas either.
Toes seem like something that it's easier to go in between. This is going to sound so weird.
You're out of your mind.
It's easier to go in between them than it is to have the toes go in between something else.
No. Because if you're sucking the toes...
This is the weirdest conversation we've had on here.
Yeah, because if you're sucking the toe, then it does seem like a wiener.
Oh, this is true.
Yes. I'm just saying there's no accounting for this 95%.
No, it's a separate thing. Yeah, it's like something else. I don't know. The only thing I go back to is what I had heard.
What?
But then this doesn't explain the male and female thing, so never mind, it doesn't work.
Well, what is that?
I heard that the arousal, the part of your brain that like receives arousal is next to the place for where your feet.
Well, yeah, and when you have an orgasm, don't you feel it in your feet? I do.
I'm gonna have to think next time.
Like nerves in my feet like light up and go zip zip and they twitch.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. It's just crisscross of the wires.
Yeah, I agree with your first statement, though, that it doesn't account for the gender problem.
What if
it's
just because guys have gross feet?
I knew I could count on you. Right. That is a very good...
They're like hairy.
Yeah.
If you saw a man now, this is like if you're a man who has well manicured feet and you're like getting pedicures and you have them painted, but then you also, I feel like the hair has to be gone.
Yep. I think you've cracked the case.
Because if you did that would be a nice foot.
Yep. I think
But you would throw the hair on there?
I think that the foot can act as like a symbol of all femininity on a woman because they're smooth, they're cute and pretty, hairless.
Yep.
I think you're onto that.
Yep. Because,
So maybe we'd be super into feet if they were cuter.
Women liking women's feet.
Right. And I think I maybe do.
Okay.
Like, not sexually, but just sort of like, oh,
right.
those are
Me
very
too.
pretty feet.
Yes. Right? You're like, oh, yeah, that's a nice foot. Now, yes. No, you know what I always loved? I loved those posters. Remember, they're not there anymore, or maybe they are at some places. But like back in the 90s, you used to go into the nail salons, and they would have those posters of like a perfectly manicured toe with like a black geometric background. Not toe, foot.
Okay.
But the toes, the whole thing. And they would be like, or it would be like over something like a yellow roses. And like, it would be like with matching yellow nail polish. Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And so, or like a piano, like piano keys in the background and red.
Stop.
And it would be like arch.
It's so specific.
And like, I remember looking at those and being like, that's a nice foot. Yes, upgrade
Piano
me
keys.
to the.
I'm dying. Right.
Yes.
I'm totally with you.
Give me the callus remover. Yeah.
I want the ultra smooth.
I want that.
I'll take the piano key picture.
I'm dying.
You're so right.
Yep, I think that's it.
Okay.
But what do I know? Here's the thing: if you love feet, love on some feet because
Yeah, good for you. I don't care. I love it.
Yeah,
That's why I talk about it so
Get
much
after it.
on my Instagram, because I want them to feel supported.
Yeah.
Like, listen, you love feet. I have feet. Let's do this.
Yeah, I knew somebody who made a pretty penny. With
Right,
just like shoe shopping.
Sarah, would you ever do like shoe shopping? What?
Yeah, like a guy would just like take her shoe shopping, and he
Shut
wanted to just buy her
up.
shoes, and then he would like pay her and get her the shoes.
I remember this story and who it was, and it's hilarious.
Yes.
Would you ever consider doing a all-foot version of OnlyFans?
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
And maybe genius?
Oh my God, that is so that. I mean,
I should do that.
if times got tough, I would definitely work what I got.
I wonder what they would request. Like, what do they like to see? Do they like to see like lotion on it, or just stills, or?
Susie, this sounds like a thirst trap right now. If our audience weren't like primarily female,
I tell you what, as soon as I promote this as what we talked about, I think we will have a different demographic tuning in.
yes,
And you're welcome,
there we go.
fellas.
Recruiting them. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
My number one foot supporter, his name is Blake. And
Oh my God, you know.
well, they all write to me like privately, and I don't respond, but I see you, and I just want to say you're welcome.
There we go.
Okay, moving on. Do you want something like sciencey or
gosh,
more
that's so funny.
silliness?
Oh, well, I mean, might as well keep this train rolling.
Okay. All right. Well, first, I want to encourage you guys to try Stamps.com. Of course, I've been talking about it forever, but it really is the perfect time to do it because we're trying not to leave our house so much. And of all places, you don't want to go to the post office right now. So Stamps.com is such a great solution because you don't have to go anywhere. You can print out postage for any size letter or package anywhere in the world, 24/7. And you get discounts, so 5 cents off every first class stamp and then 62% off of shipping rates sometimes. It's a no-brainer, saves you time and money. And like I said, now they have UPS services, so they'll let you know which one's the best bargain. It's great. And it's automatic, so if you put in your info, they'll be like, you should use UPS because it's cheaper. And right now, our listeners get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, so you can try it for free for 4 weeks, plus free postage and a digital scale without any long-term commitment. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in Brain Candy. That's Stamps.com. Enter Brain Candy. Stay safe, friends. Okay, this was in, I think it was the New York.
Funny story, though. I used Stamps.com to print one stamp the other day.
Oh,
sometimes you just need one stamp.
Sometimes you just need one.
Like,
I've never
that's how
done that, but
convenient.
that's handy.
Yeah, she's like, I need a stamp. Okay, I'll just print it. Boop, done.
Yeah, and put it on.
In the mailbox. Didn't have to go anywhere. I was like,
I mean, that is great.
There you go. The end.
So this was in the New York Post, and I really kind of hate these headlines because, number one, they're a little bit misleading, but also because, like, I know this person is just trying to get attention, but it's effective because now I'm going to talk about it. So a baker is using female urine from public toilets to make what she refers to as Goldilocks bread, and I don't know why it's called that, and frankly don't want to know. Goldilocks. So that was the headline, that she's using urine from public toilets to make bread. Number one, what is your thought on that?
I mean,
why?
Why?
Yeah.
Like, why? Like a million times why. But also, like, the actual, like, how do you get it? People flush the toilet.
Okay, so, well, that is...
What are they...
You are right, Sarah. I'm so glad you said that, because what the hell is a female urinal? That's where she said she got it.
What the fuck is a female urinal?
I mean, because this is in France, so do they have those in France?
Oh, you know what I did see? That this was, oh my gosh, we talked about this like years ago. That, oh my gosh, yes, that other countries were coming out because there was a big problem, and I think it was in France. There was a big problem with people urinating on the sidewalks. So they created these urinals on the street that looked like some of them looked like planters. We totally talked about this,
like,
and some of them looked
just squat over them and go.
No, like, and I think they were supposed to be like most of us, and we even talked about it that it's clearly just designed for men, and then how men are the only people who feel like they need to pee on the side of on the street. Oh my god, I could almost retell our entire story. And then we talked about females that we know from the challenge who also like to pee on the street. Yes. So what if it's like that, and she's like making a point about how this is disgusting? I mean, don't.
No,
first
she's
of all,
not,
ew.
because she's a weirdo who says, okay, so first of all,
no, this is gross.
She takes the urine, and then there's more to it, because I thought she was just dumping it into a recipe, but apparently she's...
Susie, I'm never going to eat cupcakes again.
It's okay. It's okay. That's why I think this is just a publicity stunt and stupid. Don't worry.
Yeah, this is dumb.
But she puts it on her wheat, so it's fertilized with urine from public toilets, which is different. Not
That's very
much
different.
better, but it is different, because if you're just dumping pee into your batter, that's something else.
Yeah. I mean, that's still nasty.
And P.S., the article called it stream of wheat, which is hilarious.
Oh my God, I love when they do shit like that.
And this bozo is referring to herself as an eco-feminist. And I just want her to shut up.
Nope.
Because this is what makes feminism hard for the rest of us, is doofuses like this who make it seem like this is some sort of like female empowerment.
Yeah, and I also don't need anybody to be painting anything in period blood.
As an aside, just also.
Who's
doing that? Artists.
For sure.
But it does work, because we do talk about it, so I know why they do it.
Yeah.
They want
but
headlines.
It doesn't have the desired effect.
Maybe it does.
You know? I don't know. You got to get it. I don't know.
You're not going to... You would never, ever eat this, right?
Never.
No.
But let's put it this way. I wouldn't... If somebody was like, hey, would you like the pea bread? I'd be like, no, hard pass. But if somebody said, here's some bread, and I ate it, and I was like, and they were like, hey, did you know that was pea bread? I'd be like, oh, okay, well, that's pretty good. I wouldn't have a second piece, but I would not spit it out or be like, like people do in movies and shit.
Yes,
or like,
me too.
Because I'd be like, okay. And I'd be like, do you know the things I've eaten on the challenge?
Yeah, true.
I'm telling you, as long as it falls in the category of edible, doesn't kill me, I'm like, okay, fine, eat that, whatever.
Okay, well, maybe you can help me with this debate, because you know how we have that courtyard in the middle of our house? It's outside.
Yeah.
And we had a lemon tree.
I know
there.
where we're going with this.
And it's a catio. Our cat goes out there and just roams around. And she kept peeing in the lemon tree pot. And eventually, we got these beautiful lemons. And Adam's like, I'm not eating those. That's disgusting. And I was like, I see your point. However,
I do.
There's tons of stray cats, and we have a garden outside. I'm sure there's freaking cats going on that. I don't know what goes on out there.
We're going to need to do some research on this. This is an excellent, excellent topic to dive into.
Well, right, because maybe it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, listen, I'm not a fan of online shopping, and there's nothing else I need to buy for my house because it's already all like decorated and furnished and everything. So I need something to do at night. Mm-hmm. And this seems like some like thing to dive into on the internet that's completely useless. That is like a total waste of time, like online shopping.
You might learn a thing or two about gardening.
Researching the effects of animal urine on, because watch this. We're going to look that up. I'm going to look that up, and I'm going to find that in some of the best like harvests of like avocados, they use like there's that coffee that's made from like that cats have already eaten and shit out, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That.
I can't pull it together.
People eat that all the time. They love that shit. Coffee.
I'm not familiar with that coffee, but...
Oh my gosh, it's totally a real thing.
I mean, okay, if we just break it down with the fact that manure is shit...
Okay. Well, there you go. And done.
So maybe we're all drinking pea bread all the time anyway.
God. Susie.
Yeah.
That's...
Are you okay?
Genius and disgusting.
So, I mean, maybe
Is
it's
this
not gross.
true?
What?
That's true. That makes sense. That is accurate.
Yes, that manure is poop.
You're 100%.
Yeah.
You're right. And now when yes, this is all true. Yeah, who cares? Bring on the pea bread. What
on
else?
the other hand, like certain
Give me
pea,
another
I
slice.
think has like ammonia in it or whatever. I don't know. I just need answers.
For sure,
is what
it
I'm
does.
saying.
Yes, I think all pea has ammonia in it.
Right. Okay.
Ugh.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we have questions. That's all I know.
So many. All I know is I heard you can only drink your urine twice.
What?
Like if you were like dying, I don't know the actual validity to this. This is just what I've heard. This is like a Sarah.
Repeat
just,
it. What is it?
That if you're like that, if you have one of those urine filtration systems.
Oh.
And you
can
are like
only
in a situation,
recycle it twice.
You can only recycle it twice.
Why? Wonder why?
Oh God, it makes me want to vomit when I think about drinking urine. That is the worst. The worst thing. Ugh. I mean, this isn't urine, but you want to know one of the most disgusting things I saw on the challenge?
What?
There was this guy. What was his name? Oh God, I can't even remember what his name was. Maybe Mikey, something like that. Michael. I think it was Michael. He was like an oddball, nerdy guy too. He came in at the last minute, and then I think he came in as a replacement.
What season?
He was on Las Vegas, the second Las Vegas.
Okay.
So he, Johnny and some other guys dared him to drink the water out of the shoe, like a dirty shoe, and they rang their sock into it, and he drank it.
Oh man!
Multiple people's socks that have been worn throughout the challenge day.
That is really
in
foul.
the most disgusting. And I was like, oh, don't do it, dude.
And he didn't do it for any reason besides it was a dare and it was funny.
I think so. I don't believe there may have been pennies on the
right.
on the line there,
Nothing really.
Nothing to write home about.
Boy.
Jeez.
What would it take for you to do that?
Nothing. I'm not. Because why? Because then forever, so what? You win a bunch of money, and then forever you have to know that all the money that that house you bought, that house is from that time that you drank, no. I mean, for me, maybe, I don't know. Shit.
You just talked yourself into it.
I know. I was like, well, maybe it's just like,
Yeah, because they'd be like,
I had
how'd
to
you
drink
get
some
this
salt water.
house?
You know
And you'd
what?
be like,
People drink. Do you know what the rivers in, wherever are like? They have like, yeah, I would probably do something like that. Yeah, who cares? Drink that salt water.
wow.
No, that was a big turnaround. You're right. No, it was still gross because he has no reason to do that. And there definitely wasn't any money on the line. And it's nasty and foul. And I would never do it in his situation. But like, I would do it for like $1 million.
Yeah, it has to be worth it.
Yeah, come on. So there is a line. I'm just saying. I had to go to an extreme.
Isn't it weird how there's always somebody? Right. There's always somebody in your high school or something that will just like eat whatever as a spectacle, attention seeking, for no reason. There was a girl in my high school that did that.
Yeah?
I think it's really just they crave attention and don't have a weak stomach.
Oh my God. Well, yeah. Because now that you say that, I
were that girl.
Well, no, but I would show off by swallowing grapes whole, and like
that
I could
is
swallow
so
a whole bunch of stuff.
Are you crazy?
Whole, because I don't have any tonsils, so things just like slip right down. So looking back, that's freaking terribly unsafe.
See, I don't know how any of us survived teenage years.
Oh, I'm not kidding. I would just be like, "What do you got?" I could swallow whatever. Like I could swallow it whole.
Sarah.
Like ice cubes, like, oh my God, that is so dangerous.
You know how like my mom had the obsessive weird rules about safety and I was only allowed to use one roller skate at a time? You remember that? That's true. But what you're talking about reminded me how we were forbidden, and I am dead serious. Like she was adamant that we were not allowed to eat peanut butter without like a cracker or bread or something with it because you could choke and die.
Is that true?
I mean, I don't know. This is just what she would claim.
Why is the addition of something helpful? I would imagine that peanut butter is the glue that then like adding something would make it even worse. This doesn't add up.
The glue.
I would imagine it would be like no peanut butter without milk. That makes more sense.
You know what? I mean, I kind of really bought into this. And then, you see people eating peanut butter with a spoon. And I would always think, wow, they have a death wish.
Oh, my God. Peanut butter with a spoon, people. I can't.
Like, who is this rebel?
So funny. Susie, you're killing me.
That's true. And I guess I still believe it because I would not be happy if Lincoln just ate straight up peanut butter.
You'd think he was going to choke or what?
Yeah, it would seem dangerous to
me. This is, doctors everywhere are probably like, both are terribly unsafe. Warning, do not eat anything whole. Chew your food at least 20 times. And for goodness sakes, get yourself a glass of milk and maybe a cracker.
They would probably say, like, it's not the safest, but, like, you're fine to eat straight up peanut butter. We'll find out.
I think that's silly. Because, like, where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
Peanut butter, not okay. What about Nutella?
Oh, my God. That's for rich people. That wasn't even on the table.
What?
Well, no, that's like a luxury item.
Oh, maybe Nutella's like...
I can't emphasize how poor we were enough.
Well, no, I understand. But I'm talking like... I don't understand. I wish I don't wish.
You get it.
I sort of understand. Yeah. I'm just trying to say, like, I don't know what it was like to, like,
Well, I'm just saying, like, it was only the bare essentials. So peanut butter is allowed, but Nutella, that's like fancy.
Yes. Yeah, but like now you could imagine. What about now? Like, imagine now for your child.
I would say no.
Because sorry, Susie, but you have Nutella money.
I do. I'm like the Jeffersons over here.
Yeah.
Moving
so
on
like,
up.
I'm talking now.
I would think that was dangerous.
You also have almond butter money. So like,
no, that's dangerous, Sarah.
Okay, so almond butter, no. Peanut butter, no.
Any kind of thick
Nutella, no.
Viscous type of spread.
That's so weird.
Yeah. Mayo is allowed.
Because you swallow it whole. Who is eating mayo by the spoonful?
I just did it to hear your reaction.
Oh my God! Why do you do that to me? Now that's mayo. A visceral. See, I was like feeling wonderful feelings when we were talking about like feet And I was like, secretly like, yeah, I like that. So I touch my feet.
That.
And then now, you're like, take it all away with mayo talk. Ugh,
Right.
God, that's the worst.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was on another podcast and they asked me what's your least favorite thing to see at a picnic. I said, any
That's
of those
a funny question.
And I said, any mayo-based salad.
Wow. Except my egg salad sound.
See, don't tell anybody.
That's so funny how that beats the odds.
I know, because yours is like heavy on the relish and the egg, and it just like see, it's better.
Wow.
It's just different.
But otherwise, like if you spot mayo, you'll like gag a little bit.
Yeah, well, like because it always is hot too.
Yeah, that's a good point. It doesn't
Like
stay nice.
Like that's the worst. Oh gosh.
Oh my God, this is
Woo!
hilarious.
Disgusting.
Not only did Sarah throw up after my 4th of July event, but she's going to throw up after this recording.
Yeah. No, I'm good. And you know. Whew.
Okay. Well, I'll
Kept the
have
wine to
to
a minimum.
save. I was going to tell you a long story, but we don't have time, so I'm going to tell you a short story, which is I read.
okay.
Brainiac sent us an article that was a brief history of the lawn chair, which I love
my
a history of.
I was dying to look at this. I'm so glad that you're bringing it up.
Oh, it was so cute, and it was brief. And anybody that has a yard or lived, I mean, really ever, knows those metal, like aluminum, fold-up
yes.
chairs with the weaved
Yes.
design. And, I mean, they are iconic. In fact, in the article, it said that they're at the Smithsonian because they're so recognizable.
Oh, yep.
And it was just saying how they came about after World War II, you know, sort of like the suburban sprawl moment when people were buying those homes in subdivisions. And these things came out and they were just like perfect for the mid-century mindset of like utilitarian, durable, simple item. And it was saying how they were so durable. I mean, you would have them for generations. They'd like hang in your garage. And you just take them out anytime you had a picnic
Yeah.
or went to a ball game.
I was just thinking, why don't they make those now?
Well, so the company went out of business because like you never needed to buy them again,
Oh, gosh.
which I hate.
That's the worst.
No,
Why?
like part of a business model now is making sure that people will have to replace your item.
This is awful.
I know it's terrible for the environment, but
Oh, no.
they are making them again. I think they're in Ohio. They were like, where did these chairs go? And then they just decided they were going to make them themselves. And they used the same plastic yarn. That's what it's called.
I love that.
That is weaved. And here's what amazed me, and it makes sense. They are about 4 pounds in weight, but they can hold up to 225 pounds.
Wow.
God bless
Well,
those chairs.
There you go. Yeah, weight dispersion, and there you go.
I mean, you don't really see them as much anymore, but I grew up with them. Did you have them growing up?
Absolutely. Here's
Yeah.
my one complaint, though.
Yeah.
I would definitely make the noise when I'm standing up, getting out of those chairs now.
Right.
I mean, that's like a big.
You need some oomph.
You gotta. It's a big. I mean, I can do it. It's probably good. I should.
Yeah, you
probably
kind
be
of
able to get up
settle
out of
in.
the chair.
It's hard to
Yes.
get out of those guys.
Yes, but I can just picture like, it's just like a dad with his socks pulled up, the
Which
hat on.
you're reminding me because I'm picturing like the 1960s. Did you hear that they're remaking Wonder Years for 80s and 90s?
Yes.
I'm super excited.
Yes, but I heard it was for the 60s. Yeah, with the Black family.
In the 60s?
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. Really?
Yeah, but maybe
Google
I saw that
that.
wrong. I thought that it was like during, no, maybe 70s.
I'm pretty sure it's the 80s.
Oh, let's look. Let's check.
Yeah, because it's
Well,
Lee
either way.
Daniels doing it, and so it's an African-American family. And that's what I remember, that the reboot is like 20 years further along, but still
Oh.
nostalgia.
Well, heck yeah. Well, either way,
It's going to be so
bring it
cute.
on. Whatever century it is, or decade it's in.
I can't wait. I know.
I hope
love
they
it.
use the same song, but in a different, you know how like that's a
Beatles.
remix, like a, yes, but like a, what do you call it? Remix of the
Yeah.
Not
it's
a remix,
cover.
but a cover. Yes, thank
Yeah.
you. A cover of that song. I want another cover of that
Ooh,
song.
who would you pick? So that one was Joe Cocker, and people argue that that's one of the few Beatles songs that's better as the cover.
Yes.
So who would you choose? Would you want a black artist?
Well, for sure.
Yeah. I could do Lauren, what's her name, from the Fugees?
Well, that's like a throwback.
I
Lauryn
love
Hill.
her. She's
Yes, she is great. Well, who would be like today's equivalent? SZA? You would really like her. There's so much music.
SZA's
you
a
would
woman?
really like. Yes.
I don't know that person.
SCA. And she's kind of like that same sound. That would be really good. That would be really pretty.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That's my vote. That's my vote.
All right, we'll take a poll on social and see who people think should sing it too. 'Cause that's fun.
Yes.
And now we're done, and you should leave us a 5-star review. Don't forget to
Ooh,
subscribe.
Childish Gambino.
Oh, that
Another
would be good.
Option. Love that. He kind of has that Wonder Years kind of vibe to him, too.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm into that. Cool. There you
it.
go.
We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.
Alrighty, bye.